Hello and welcome to today's session. I hope you're all doing incredibly well. We can see the weather is getting warmer, so the spring lasted not as long as I would have liked to, but I can't complain. I love being in Madrid, and I hope you're all doing well also from whichever part of the world you are watching. Today, I would like to talk about the difference between the right wellness concept for a particular property and a wellness asset. Because this is something that is coming up with my students who have just started my signature program, the Wellness Asset Academy. And I normally take my students in the Asset Builder Mentorship Program. So I'm working with wellness leaders one on one, those wellness leaders who are looking one day to become a wellness consultant, and what tools and equipment do they need in order to find their clients and also give them the services they want to. So trying to understand the difference between the right concept for a particular property and the wellness asset. Now, though related, these terms are not synonymous. The right wellness concept for a particular property means the wellness concept that makes most sense given the reality of a particular property. So that is given the location, given the owners, given the hotel company, given the market, given the actual facility, given the target audience. So given all those factors, what would be the right wellness concept for this particular property? Then we have a wellness asset. And the wellness asset is a wellness concept that is a solid value and revenue contributor to the hotel's overall profit and loss. So you have an asset when the direct revenue generated from your wellness offering in comparison to the total hotel revenue of the hotel is 40% upwards. And that could include the revenue generated directly from the sale of products, services, and treatments. And also, if the hotel measures it, the impact on the premium of the ADR, the occupancy, all those clients they have got that they wouldn't have had they not had that wellness asset. And each and every property that has a wellness asset has three core outcomes. One, proud people. You can very confidently say that you are very well equipped to meet the well-being needs of a very diverse and multi-generational team. Now, if you had to rate yourself from 1 to 10, you'd be rating a high 8, 9, or 10 in proud people. The second outcome is transformative experiences. How confident are you in your ability to deliver truly transformative experiences to your guests? So, how confidently can you say from a scale from 1 to 10 that you are actually solving the well being needs of your guests? That requires clarity around who your avatar is and what are their real well-being problems, not what you think they are. And if you score a high 8 to 9 to 10, that is when you know you've ticked that outcome of transformative experiences. And the third outcome is what I call stellar performance. Every business has to be commercially sustainable because we cannot have an impact if we have facilities that are bleeding money, are heavily subsidized, or are barely breaking even. Those are commercially irresponsible businesses. So when your wellness offering is commercially sustainable, not only today, but long into the future, when you can confidently say that your wellness offering is commercially sustainable, if you rate a high 8, 9, or 10, you've also ticked that outcome. So you know you have a wellness asset when you score a high 8, 9, or 10 in terms of the outcome of proud people, transformative experiences, and stellar performance. Now that is a wellness asset. There is no doubt that that is a wellness asset. However, In my experience as a wellness consultant, and I've been in this industry now as a consultant for 16 years, I have noticed that with some clients, the wellness asset simply would never work, simply because the owners don't believe in it, the location is not right, or it just wouldn't, it doesn't, it just wouldn't fly. I mean, if I had to speak to an owner to actually implement the wellness asset, they don't truly believe in it. So it would never work. In that case, I look at that property and say, okay, what is the right wellness concept? And when it comes to determining the right wellness concept, you have 5 ways that you could do wellness in a property. In one of my previous LinkedIn Lives, I have also shared this. If you want to, if you want a link to that recording, just put a comment in the comment section and I will DM that to you. And I talk about the 5 ways of doing wellness. The first way is treat wellness as an amenity. Treat it as that marketing tool to support the rest of your hotel. The second way of doing wellness is to treat it as a compensation tool. Now, that's the word I use, the terminology I use. And I have learned since there is probably a more politically correct way instead of compensation tool, and that is service recovery. And the third way is DIY, do it yourselves. We have a very qualified wellness director. He or she thinks they know everything and they possibly can't learn anything new. And also, the entire team thinks that they have all the knowledge they need in order to do wellness successfully. So, you have the third option of doing DIY, doing it yourself. And the fourth way of doing wellness is to subcontract parts of your wellness offering to a third party operator. Hoteliers know hotels and wellness operators know wellness, and specifically spa operators know spa. So, in theory, that makes sense that each person manages their wheelhouse. And the fifth way of doing wellness is to make wellness an integral part of your asset ecosystem. In other words, implementing that wellness asset. Now, there are times I have learned through my 16 years where option one, using wellness as an amenity, given the reality of a particular property, actually makes sense. I have been there, done that. I have also understood why certain hoteliers would want to use their wellness facility as a tool for service recovery. I am not saying I advocate for this way of doing wellness, but I definitely can see that it makes sense for a particular property. For example, we're looking at properties that are really pushing volume, pushing demand. Everything is about the bottom line because the owners or the investors want to recover their investment quickly to invest in another portfolio or to invest in another hospitality product. Now, every way of doing business is valid. We're not here to judge how a hotelier does wellness or not. We just have to find, as wellness consultants, what is the right concept for this particular property. And there are times where using wellness as for service recovery makes sense. In other words, the compensation tool. And the third way, do it yourself. Sometimes in many times, I have come across wellness leaders where the hotelier is definitely all game, wants external help, needs that help, and they want to actually use that help to take their wellness offering a step up. However, we come across wellness directors who find that they already know it. And trust me, I've been that wellness director. So no judgment on my part. And then the fourth way is actually subcontracting parts. It doesn't make sense for the hotel to actually get a specialist team and then not know how to manage that specialist team. And in those cases, I have also had clients where I have recommended them a third party operator which aligns with their brand standards, their business values. So I wanted to get on here and explain what I mean by, because I know I use it interchangeably, and I just wanted to clarify that. what we call the right wellness concept is very different from a wellness asset. And the right wellness concept might not be a wellness asset. And in some cases, that wellness asset probably isn't the right concept to implement in a particular hotel, because in the long run, the sustainability of maintaining the asset status becomes unviable. It becomes unrealistic or unsustainable. And this is something I go into more detail when I'm working one-on-one with wellness leaders who are interested in becoming a wellness consultant. And I think even as wellness leaders ourselves, going on into new projects, even if we are not looking to pursue the wellness consultant route, I think it's important that we know that there is a difference between the right wellness concept, and we're looking at many factors that actually make that concept right. And there is also a very big difference between the wellness asset. And we need to make sure that as wellness leaders, even if we don't want to become a consultant, that we are advising our clients on the right option for them. And if they want the wellness asset, also what that entails. So today, I just wanted to quickly drop on here and give you that difference between the right wellness concept and the wellness asset. And on that note, I wish you all a beautiful day ahead. Take care now.